Sabah everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to check out the brand new Huawei FreeBuds Pro 2. These are, for the lack of a better way of saying it, they're going to be setting a new standard for audio excellence when it comes down to Huawei, and of course the best audio experience you can get on a pair of buds that should work with almost any device. This is TK and this is my review of the brand new Huawei FreeBuds Pro 2. Let's check them out. Like and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified to whenever we have new videos on the channel. Now, the packaging is pretty straightforward. We get the buds themselves, they're inside of the box. There is, of course, a few replaceable tips. The box itself is pretty decent, and what we get in here essentially is obviously the buds. There's 3 colors available. I got the white one. Now, one of the good things about this is that it's actually co-engineered with B&H. This is a French audio engineering company that enabled Huawei to have a really good experience, and of course, not the first time they've collaborated with Huawei. And one of the other options that I really like about this is we have so many gesture functionalities that it's going to be crazy, and you can customize so much of them. Now, when it comes down to the audio experience, we have a dual driver premium sound experience on each bud, an instant custom listening experience with an audio adaptive EQ that's built in. That's basically the collaboration with B&H. And of course, we also have the crystal calls here in basically loud, clear audio. And of course, intelligent dynamic active noise cancellation version 2.0, much stronger and really, really good, and adapts to basically the environment that you're in. Dual device connectivity, which is really, really nice because you can run it not only with one phone, but you can connect it with multiple, and you can switch very easily. Or actually not even have to switch. They run both simultaneously, just one audio source at a time. IP54 rating, and one thing to keep in mind, that's rated specifically for the ear tips, not for the actual case itself. Now, as far as the actual buds themselves, we have 2 buds, as you can imagine, 55 milliampere battery in each one of them, and 580 milliampere in the case itself. So it's rated to go to about 6.5 hours with ANC off, although I'll be honest with you guys, I've been using it with ANC on all the time, and it is roughly about 3 to 3.5 hours. About 30 hours with ANC off, with the case fully recharging the buds themselves automatically, or up to 18 hours or so, about 16 hours or so roughly with ANC on. So it is definitely a long experience. So if you're going on a long trip, you're not going to have any problem. Although my recommendation obviously is for the longest battery life, you do want to turn off ANC. We do have LDAC, SBC, and AAC audio configuration, and it's going to depend on the device that you're using. The buds themselves are magnetically positioned in here. They're not going to fall, and the case itself is magnetic. We can charge it via USB-C as well as wireless charging on the back. We do have a reset button that's present right here. You can kind of see it right there. And of course, you're able to basically just automatically put them in there. The white one obviously has that nice little gold accent going on, Huawei on one side. We have a proximity sensor, and of course the ability of basically getting the different options for clicking. So this is not a touch configuration, this is a click. So you just click one here, and then there's different options. We'll talk about those. And we also have a raised volume and lower the volume by just swiping against the actual ear tips itself. So it's really nice to be able to not only listen to your music, skip track, change octave noise cancellation, but also change the volume without ever having to turn on the phone. And all of this can be done directly in here. And of course, it does come with 3 separate ear tips. Now, the tips themselves are slightly different. You'll notice there's a little bit of a fabric in here, so that will protect the drivers that we have in there so that they don't get any kind of earwax or anything like that in there, and you're able to customize it. The box does come with 3 different tips. I ended up going to the larger one, as that's typically the one that works for me, but otherwise when you're done, you just put it back in the case and you allow it to charge. Now, for my testing, I did want to test obviously the device with a native Huawei device, so I've been using it with the P50 Pro, and that was actually pretty straightforward. So first thing we'll do is I'm going to take them out and put them on the side so that I want them to pair directly to the device. It paired automatically to both of these systems, and the reason behind that is it does have dual configuration. So I can jump in here, jump directly into the actual system. Let's go and actually jump back. We'll go back here, we'll jump into Bluetooth, and we can go in. Now, on a Huawei device, it's pretty straightforward. You jump in directly into the audio. You can customize it for audio quality or for balanced audio connectivity. So what's going to happen there, if when you jump into this and you click OK, it'll give us the best experience on this device. So these are the FreeBuds Pro 2. LDAC is going to be the best. You can jump into general settings, connect a call, media, contact sharing. This is pretty straightforward. Disable or switch between the active noise cancellation. Because of the in-ear detection, it automatically turns them off. So an example would be if I put them in right now, you notice that it jumps back in directly into active noise cancellation. The moment I take them out and I put them down, it goes back to off. So it saves a little bit of battery there. Sound quality, pretty straightforward. Smart HD allows you to actually configure the audio experience to the best audio possible based on the codec and the distance. So LDAC is going to be the best. HD calls is what they're configuring here to give us that clear audio, and we're going to do a sample of that one, of course. And of course, we have gesture configuration. We can go in there, customize. And I mentioned to you guys, it's a pinch, not a swipe. So there's pinch once, pinch twice, pinch once, pinch twice on both right and left ear. Pinch and hold, you can go in between noise cancellation. And then the swipe functionality on the inner part, so that's going to be in this side, that's going to give us the ability of actually adjusting the volume on the phone, not on the buds themselves. Pretty straightforward and very easy to set up. We have ear tip fit test. This is obviously to make sure we have that good isolation from the outside. Find earphones, obviously, in case you've missed them. More settings, you can turn on the wear detection and dynamic latency for that gaming mode that we were talking about. And of course, updates in case you want to be able to check and see what the latest update. And I did receive 2 updates since I've had these from Huawei. So definitely updating and making sure that they run correctly. And they are running Harmony OS 2.1.0.130. And that's going to be the latest version as of the time of recording this video. Now, this is what it looks like if you're using it with a Huawei device. So any natively Huawei device running the latest software, this is going to be pretty much the experience. The AI Life that's available right now on the Google Play Store doesn't seem to be running the latest version. So I just had to download this straight from their website and it worked perfectly fine. Now, one thing I didn't get a chance to actually share with you guys real quick, when you notice we connected them to both, you'll notice that both devices are listed in there. So the S22 Ultra and the Huawei P50 Pro is showing in there. With the noise cancellation, we actually have the ability of customizing the different noise cancellation experience. So once we switch over to noise cancellation, we put them on, you'll notice there's a couple of extra options that we can do. You change that in there and it goes into dynamic. Now that experience gives us the ability of customizing between dynamic, cozy, general, and ultra. Dynamic is that auto mode where it listens to the outside noise and it provides you the best noise cancellation. That's the noise cancellation 2.0. Ultra is going to be the best for like airplanes and loud experiences, and of course dynamic, and it gets higher in level, and of course you get that experience the way you want it. Now, how does this transfer, let's say, to a device that is not a Huawei device? It's pretty straightforward. Once you download the application, you install it, it's pretty there. You can see the buds themselves, you get the battery level. You can see to 2 different devices that it's connected. That's something that I wasn't able to see here directly on the FreeBuds here on the P50 Pro. Voice noise control, we have the ability of configuring the same exact situation. You click that, you get the options in there, you can customize that. Sound effects is that extra option that I don't have in here, which gives us the ability of changing. Well, actually, it kind of looks like, yeah. So it basically is that EQ functionality, and you notice the default is the one that's configured by DVLA. And of course, we have bass boost, clear vocals, and treble, and you can add your own customized option. HD audio, which gives us the ability of configuring that, and of course HD voice. Now I will say that it does say here AAC, but I'll show you guys real quick when we're listening to some music directly within Amazon Music that it's actually given us LDAC quality audio, and it's very, very nice. Gestures, straightforward, exactly the same configuration. Find my earbuds, same thing. Again, fit test, same thing. We looked at it over there and it just sits in there. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and say exit. The updates tab gets us the ability of seeing if there's any updates, and of course under the settings we have smart wear detection and low latency mode for that gaming experience in case you want to start playing games with them. So it looks really, really nice. But that's with that experience, that's pretty much there. You could just use them like regular buds on your phone and of course start listening to music and enjoying that. Now one thing I will say, so I'll go ahead and turn on music here and we'll let's just turn that here. So here we have Norah Jones. I'm going to start playing some music here. Now we'll notice that the audio experience here is going to be at 24-bit 96 kilohertz. That's going to be LDAC quality. And of course, it is the track itself runs at 192, but this is obviously going to be something that we need better audio. But for wireless audio on a device right now, this is going to sound absolutely fantastic. And you're going to be able to stream really high quality audio to it. One thing I would probably say is this: whichever device starts playing music first will take control of the audio. So if I start playing music here, it's going to play the audio directly into my ears and it'll disable it there. If I try to play music here, it's not going to start. I'll stop here, I'll initiate on the right side, and the audio just comes straight into my ears. And you notice there's a notification here. It says the audio switched over to the S22 Ultra, and it's asking me if I want to take it back into the P50 Pro. So overall, definitely a very good experience there. So let's look at basically how the profile looks like. It's pretty straightforward. Once you have them in your ears, it actually almost disappears. You could pick obviously the right color for you, and that's going to give you the best experience. I already have Norah Jones playing. This is on the P50 Pro. So let's go ahead and hit one click, turns it on. Of course, 2 clicks. But overall, again, press and hold, you can change the active noise cancellation, the different profiles. And the last thing I actually wanted to kind of show you guys real quick is the audio configuration. So let's go ahead and play that on. And just by swiping the inner tab, you can lower the volume, All the customizations, everything works great. Simultaneous connection between two different devices works just as advertised. And I love the fact that we don't have to actually initiate the functionality of switching. Like I don't have to long press or anything. As long as the source is actually playing and I'm actually listening to it, it works fine. And of course, if you're getting a notification from two different phones, it's just gonna come up. And you can of course pair that to a PC or whichever two systems you'd like. Audio is really, really good. You're able to customize the different experiences between gaming and of course audio latency. LDAC is going to be the best experience in there. What I love about this is the audio profile. The tuning that we get in here is very nice. The bass sounds very full. It sounds like you're listening to high quality speakers, and then it actually engulfs the sound and it gives you that nice not super heavy bass, but it's definitely very well rounded. Like you can feel that you're listening to high quality speakers. The mids and lows definitely play very well and they sound really good. When it comes down to the microphones, I'm going to give you real quick a sample of the microphone playback. I did a video recording on my S22 Ultra using the audio from the microphones outside so that you can hear how clear the audio comes from the brand new FreeBuds Pro 2. This is going to be a quick audio sample of what the FreeBuds Pro 2 sound like. And that should give us actually a pretty good audio experience from the sense of how you guys hear me. And of course, this is going to work for video. This is going to work for obviously conferencing, anything that requires us to talk. And of course, for calls, I sound really, really good. Let me know what you guys think of the audio of the brand new Huawei FreeBuds Pro 2. And of course, as you heard there, it sounds absolutely fantastic. Calls are crystal clear. People didn't even know I was using headphones when I'm using it. And of course, we have a really good range on them and it works very nice. So obviously, the best experience, the most native experience is going to be running on a Huawei device, but if you decide to pick them up and use them with non-Huawei devices, you're going to get just as good. But keep in mind, your device capabilities will dictate which codec the system will use. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think of the brand new FreeBuds Pro 2? Definitely a very nice upgrade and a very big contender to what we see from the Apple solutions on the market right now. The one thing I would probably say is these are more versatile than AirPods because they work with more systems than the AirPods. And of course, overall experience is very well-rounded with noise cancellation that is literally very high-class noise cancellation at a very high level. But you also get that experience of great audio experience from Devialet, which is basically the tuning audio experience that you get in there, and you can customize the EQ to your liking. Like and subscribe as usual. I'll see you in the next video, and thank you very much for the support.